Where all do the slope of the graph change? Write the coordinates. Find the nature of the slope along AB, BC and CD. That is, we have to talk in terms of it being positive, negative, if not, no change. And find the slope of BC. So let's begin with answering. Where all do the slope of the graph change? So we have graph changing at point B and point C, right? So A to B, no change. And at B, something happens. There is reduction. And at C, again, there is a change. So basically, we have so what are the coordinates? We need to write the coordinates as well. This is 506. So this is 500, 6, and this is 800, 4. And 800, 4. The slope of the graph is changing. The next question is find the nature of the slope along AB, BC and CD. So we have the line segment and the nature of the slope. So the line segments are AB, BC and CD. And let's look at the nature of the slope. A to B. What is happening? The y is not neither changing, increasing or decreasing. But x is increasing, right? A to B, x is increasing. While we see no change along the y. So the nature of the slope is 0. Next, B to C. B to C is this. So there is decreasing value. So this is negative. Then we have C to D. This is increasing value. Positive. Right? So this is your nature of the slope. Okay, all we have to look at is if it's decreasing or increasing. Over here, it is clearly decreasing. And over here, it's clearly increasing. Right? C to D. Again, we have to look at the projection of. So whenever you have to analyze all of this, we need to look at the projection of the points. So projection of the points along x-axis is this. And y-axis is this. Projection of D onto x and y-axis is this, right? So to analyze, again, you need not draw all of this all the time. It's only for initial understanding. Once you get a hang of this, you can imagine, and you can imagine a line being dropped down and being dropped across, and you can look at the values. Okay, so it's only for initial understanding. We are looking at all of this. Now, when we're looking at B to C, B is starting over here at the top and C is over here. So there is decrease. When you're looking at C to D, C to D is this and there is increase. So that's why this is negative and this is positive. Right? Now the third part of the question. Slope of BC. So to find the slope of BC, we're looking at change along y divided by change along x. So change along y is what? Change along y along from B to C, right? So we're looking at this. Change along y is from 6 to 4. We need to subtract 4 minus 6. Change along x is, this is 500 to 800. So 800 minus 500. Again, remember, we have to subtract whatever the point is going towards. B to C is the one which we are looking at. The right value, right coordinate value. So you can actually use other way around also, but I don't want to encourage any of the other things. So always subtract the right value from the left coordinate. So left coordinate happens to be 6, and here it's right 500 comma 6. So you can see minus 6 and minus 500. So this is what we are looking at. So this is minus 2 divided by 300. So this is minus 1 by 150. So what does this mean? We can conclude that for a change of 150 along the x-axis, there is decrease of 1 unit along the y-axis. So that is very clear with this. Can you see that? So at this point, B to this particular point along the x-axis, there is increase of 150 because this is 650 and this is 500. 500 to 60, 650 is 150, and from B to this point, there is decrease of 1 unit. And this is what the value is telling. And it's true on the graph as well. Okay, again, I hope with each of this question, you're learning all of this, right? Especially the graph part, it's very important. So understanding all this projection and increasing, decreasing, if this is very clear and you're pretty much done to use a graph any point of time. So please learn this properly. Don't skip this or don't take it lightly. So think, learn, answer every question on your own and then see the answers.